Sabongari is about 1 hour drive on a bumpy and dusty road away from Mwa, where Brigadier General Cavalier was visiting. The population of Sabongari turned out not only to welcome an august guest who was passing through their town, but to present what has been their pains for years.
Most of the youth in Sabongari, they are focused on business. That is what is keeping us in Sabongari. It's rather unfortunate that we are not employed with the government, because most of us who have been applying or who have been writing competitive exams, they don't employ us. So that's why we find ourselves in the domain of business in Sabongari here. And the business mostly is international trade with the people of Nigeria, that is Gembu town.
The road network to and within Mwa subdivision is not only narrow and stony, but steep, a real struggle for the majority farming populations to get their farm produce to the market. As a consequence, much of it gets bad in the farms.
We don't get good roads. We don't work corn, we don't work granite, we don't work beans, we don't work yam. We don't know who's for seller.
Created in 1963, Mwa subdivision, according to Mayor Lawrence, mayor of Mwa, is the oldest and the most neglected subdivision in Cameroon. Mwa is endowed with touristic attractions like the Rum Rock and the famous Mbuku waterfall in Adere, but Mwa subdivision is not electrified. The impact of the lack of electricity in the subdivision is felt the most at the Mwa District Hospital, where the nurses are unable to carry out diagnosis without the use of a generator.
We are managing our solar data, cannot even run some of the equipment that we have to better manage our patient. We have been managing, most of the time we use but the RDT rapid diagnostic test, which might not really be enough as using microscopy.
With a surface area of about 175 kilometers square and a population of over 120,000 inhabitants, Mwa subdivision has no identification unit. The people here either have expired national identity cards or they don't have them at all.
Like me, where they no get identity. I've been in Kambe, Binka. If I want to go for dinner, my identity don't finish. Person don't die for them, not go fit for sick identity.
Yes,
the same will go make identity now for banking. Magwa, you don't have way for go. If you not get money, you not go fit.
The inhabitants describe the lack of these documents as a profitable business for the security forces, who extort at least 1,000 francs from them at security checkpoints.
When you want work now for go someplace, they who we for road. They take money. When you reach for this position, they take money 1,000. They take money 2,000. For some time, they chain you. Say if you not pay this also money, you not gonna go.
Their cry is therefore to see the creation of identification units in Mwa. With the armed conflict in Anglophone Cameroon, the population of Mwa seemed confined. They also wish for a sustainable return to peace. In his response, Brigadier General Cavalier, commander of the 5th Joint Military Region, stressed on the need for the population to collaborate with the defense and security forces.
Defense and security forces need your full collaboration to better protect you and your properties. You must inform them of anything wrong in the community, whether it is in Yamba North, Mfumte, Mbo, or Yamba Central. Children must go to school. We want to see future ministers, generals, governors, medical doctors, engineers, journalists, and so on from Mwa subdivision.
While on the 3 days visit in Mwa, Brigadier General Cavalier supervised a health campaign carried out by military doctors in the locality, inaugurated a block of 4 classrooms renovated by the Ministry of Defense, as well as gave the kickoff for a peace and unity tournament between the youths of Sabongari and Mwa. As Brigadier General Cavalier drives from Mwa through Sabongari, Magba, Fumban to Bafisam, the dusty and bumpy nature of the road reminds him of the plight of the population.